A few weeks ago, guys, if not months, I shared two clips. I think it's two clips, where in which I went by a river channel near where I live, off the Salt River Road, across from down the mountain, fish farm, right? And you saw where in which I caught some fish, some tilapia. I think I caught six at the first go, and then I think I caught another five at the second go. One of the species had the fish in really dirty water, and you saw me taking the fish and placing it into a container, and the fish was eventually taken home and placed it within one of my 55-gallon drum cord. Now, today's video is simply share some of the repercussions that will happen, that may happen whenever you do have wild caught fish being added to your fish stock at home, and some of the measures that I take so as to mitigate against situations like this happening. However, this is not a guarantee that this will prevent the situation from happening, but this is just one of the precursor steps that that I take when I add wild caught fish to my fish stock. Yes, so let's get into the video. Tilapia food fish is one of the most hardest cichlids that you can think of. The range in which their pH, in which they can, the pH of the water in which they can manage is awesome. Right, up to about 8, right, low to about probably about 5.5, right. I mean, it's really awesome. However, as food fish, right, one have to ensure that your future protein source is healthy. What did I do so as to ensure that the fish that I actually got within the channel, within the trench? Okay, so this is coarse salt, right? Recently I shared with you a video where my tilapia fingerlings, I came home and I saw 4 dead. I were actually English language, guys. Feeding my tilapia non-extrudable or feed that actually sink to my tilapia food fish. Water got really stink, and the fish started to die. Right, I lost probably in total about 6 or 7 of these fish in an attempt to actually get my fish back up in their immunity, or should I say, yeah, health wise. What I did was to purchase some amount of salt. Right now, the measurement of salt is normally 1 teaspoon for every gallon. This is a 270-gallon tote, so it's 1 teaspoon for every gallon. Right, as you can tell, this is going to be a lot of salt in here, and the reason why I'm actually placing all this salt within this space is that I saw some of my fingerlings swimming and scratching themselves at the side, and this is a sign that something is not right, in the sense that there's some parasitic um, you know thing that is happening within the space. One of the best way to actually manage that is to use if you use aquarium salt is much finer, so you would use probably a little bit more aquarium salt. If you use rock salt or coarse salt, it will be less in the volume, because you know that rock salt is like uh, salt actually in a little bit more kicked up type of form, like, right. So I'm gonna tear the back here. All this is a as I said, 270 gallon tote, right? And the salt is 1 pound. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually empty the entire salt bag in the space, which actually what it does, it helps the fish to develop this extra slime on their coating, that they are able to fight any parasitic creatures that might exist within the space. Now already one aquarium, at least already one tilapia seemingly dead in the space. This is one of the fish that I got from the canal, or should I say the little trench there out in the field. um it died. I'm going to dispose of it, right? Mongoose or something will come and consume it, right? All right, so what do I do with the remaining fish that existed in the space just to end up having healthy fish, right? As I said before, this is my quarantine space. This is not where I keep them in totality. Now remember guys, the space in which they are coming from is really dirty, clean. Sorry, I remember dirty clean, I mean really dirty, it's not clean, right? 12 of them in this space. It's a small space for a lot of fish, right? So what I'm going to be doing this evening, I'm going to actually be catching probably one of these containers with water. I might just use this one, right? I'm going to catch it with water, and then I'm going to try and see if I can divide the fish volume into for this space. As I said before, it's 12, right? The reason why I might be missing these tubs when I really get rid of them is that it's easy for me to change water. You see, the fish kind of swimming at the top, like it's like, you know, it really needs to, yeah, it's just not doing well. The water, the fish, the fish not in a healthy space. So I'm gonna take them out of this space and I'm gonna be placing them into a different space. Hopefully I can get some amount of water in this space before the entire tub is emptied. I'm going to be placing them here. So I'm going to be draining this tub. So this one looks like it's going to die. And this is one of the reasons why I did not just catch them from the stream and just add them to my pond space. And it's not necessarily that they are dying because they have some fungal or parasitical issue, you know, or water quality issue, you know. Because it's 12 of them and they're aggressive, especially if there are females there that, you know, might have eggs or are liable to lay eggs soon. There might be an issue, or even the female might even get beat up, right? If you look at this fin of this one, it's been through a lot. Yeah, see the fin. So it seems as if this one was fighting also, right? Yeah, so some amount of fighting is done, and you know, as a result of that, you have some amount of aggression. So I'm going to be releasing all water here, but I am going to share this with you before night comes down, because this is not going to be completed before the night comes down and probably you'll not be able to see. I'm going to be placing probably half of this in one container and half in another container, because if that one at the top do die, I'm going to end up with 10, right? And so I'm going to place 5 in one container and 5 in the other container, and I'm going to split the salt in two, hopefully to purge of any parasitic or any issues that the fish might have. Because remember guys, I caught these from gutters that have been laden with water for a bit, so it's not like the water is like clean like rivers, right? So the fish was actually saved by me in a sense, right? Yeah, and this is what happened, right guys? If these fish were actually collected during the baby stage, like during the fry stage, it would have been treated properly and been placed into a correct space where in which the water will be managed, the feed will be managed, and it would be a healthy large fish. So I'm going to be placing the salt in the space, right guys? So I caught 12 tilapia from the wild, right? 6 on each day, 2 days, right? 2 died Obviously, it's from fighting. See, the cat actually came and took up the dead fish, right, guys? Gone with it, right? So it's not like I'm littering anywhere, really, right? Now, I separate them. I've identified at least two females out of the five that I've actually added to this space. Right, I've identified. And how I have identified, I have not fed them as yet, and it is like very fat as if it has eggs. Right? Okay, so this will take some time to full, and this is not yet emptied. You know the reason why I love my tubs, right? I really love my tubs because especially when they are like this, like not having not much, I can just come home and I can just, add some water to some, change over some system, and I'll be good, right? Yeah, all these tubs are really looking messed up. I think I'm gonna give away the I think I'm gonna give away my convicts, everything. Convicts do not consume algae, so this is how the space look whenever it is exposed to sunshine. I share all of this in a video before. My emboomers were in this pond, so therefore the buildup of algae was never like this before, right? Alright, and my tilapia would have done great over that side, but they are actually filled. This will take a while, as I shared with you before, for the pond to be filled, right? So yeah, so 5 fish in this one, 5 fish in that one, and that one, look at it, is gonna die. I'm gonna release the water to about 95%, leaving about 5% water in it, and then as soon as it starts to be refilled, similar to this one over here, I'm gonna throw half. I'm gonna throw half of this salt in this space, so it's gonna be very salty. But as the water actually rises, as the water rises, the saltiness will the salinity will actually decrease because of the volume of water. With this one now, it's been emptied. It take a while. Um, yeah, it take a while. So I don't want to stretch out the video too much. I can share with you another day the looks of everything. And yes, a mesh will be placed on both spaces so as to ensure that the fish doesn't jump. But in the meantime, this is how it looks. Thank you for stopping by, guys. Thank you for being a part of my channel. Peace out. Catch you next time. Bye bye.